problem is that we're not
Blacks
telling
here in
the
this
kids
city have
starting
made
to use
significant
drugs earlier
contributions.
in life than they ever have.
Hello, this is Bernice Belt, overseer of the Collaborative Women's Conference, and I'm filling in for Jimmy Moore, who is host of Minority Focus. With me is Reverend Teresa Spann. She is a founding member and she is also our leader for special projects. We have over 120 founding members ranging in ages from 70 to over 80 years old, and we have so many who have given us their blessings and their good wishes for today's first recording, first promotion of our 2009 October conference for the Collaborative Women's Conference. We are so grateful to Paducah too for giving us this opportunity, and we thank Jimmy Moore for allowing me to stand in to host for a while. Reverend Spann,
Yes.
before we start talking about some other things, I do want to say that Pastor Marianne Langton,
Yes.
who is co-pastor of First Christian Church, that's going to host our conference October 23rd and 24th, was called me and texted me this morning and told me to be sure to tell you and Paducah 2 team, thanks for being able to do this and coming and promoting our conference. Pastor Libby Wade, who is one of our guests
Great.
for the conference, has given us her best wishes as well, and all of our founding members have texted or emailed or called,
Yes.
and including our leaders of the CWC.
Wonderful.
Let me ask you this. What was the first thing you thought about when you heard about Collaborative Women's Conference?
The first thing I thought about when I heard of Collaborative Women's Conference, it was just pure excitement, because I thought this is the first time that I've been aware that there's an organization of all people, of all colors, all backgrounds, no matter what your religion is, that can come together and just love the Lord. And so I was excited about it. Sometimes it's hard for women to get along, and so this was a great opportunity to bond, and then also just to network and just find out what other people are doing in their churches and different avenues. And so I was looking forward to a lot of different growth, as spiritually as well as physically.
It was almost surreal.
Yes.
In our first few meetings,
Yes.
when we had women of each race,
Yes.
several ethnicities,
Yes.
age groups, backgrounds, circumstances, it was surreal.
Yes, that
It
was the best thing with the young people,
Yes.
especially loving the Lord, and then just grooming young girls, because as you know, I lost my mother, and so that's important for me to be around other women that's grooming their daughters as well, because I am as well as a mother as well. And so sometimes you feel like you're all alone and don't know everything, the steps to do, and then you just have this community of women that are showing you. So.
It's amazing.
Yes.
If our viewing audience will take a few quality moments and go to our website, www.collaborativewomensconference.com, they'll find out a lot more about our history. But I tell you what I'll do, I'll share enough of it that our viewing audience will be able to appreciate our humble beginnings and where we are in such a short period of time.
Yes.
More than 17 months ago, over 100 women came together, and earlier I said each race and several ethnicities and various ages and orientations and denominational backgrounds as well. And then there were women who were not members of churches but who were involved in service organizations and working in places like West Kentucky Community and Technical College and Murray State University and so forth. And so when we came together, we found that we had women representing Paducah, McCracken County, Murray, Mayfield. Now we have someone in Illinois.
Yes.
We have members at large in Maryland and Tennessee, as a matter of fact.
Right.
Who are actually going to be able to come and attend this conference this year.
Great.
We unanimously agreed, all the women who came together those first several months, that we needed to be more than a religious organization, but an entity with purpose to contribute to service organizations designed to assist women and their families in coming through burdensome circumstances. And to date, Again, we have over 120.
Yes.
We have so many persons who have expressed interest in becoming members
Yeah.
that now I have to do some adding, and I have to update some of the data that we have on the computer because I don't want to give out an arbitrary number,
Yes.
but I think as of today's taping, I think we have 130
Wow.
founding members.
Yay.
And our youngest turned 7 years old.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Little Olivia, who joined when she was 6, along
Yes.
with her mother at First Christian Church, where we're going to host the conference.
Right.
And we have several members over 80 years
Yes.
old. And you know what? I'm not hating on them now,
Right.
Reverend. But some of those women over 80 look better than you and me.
Yes, they do.
So they can teach us a whole lot, can't
Yes, the experience, the wisdom. I just love being at their feet.
And I'll tell you what, as of, I guess, last Friday, we had women who had inquired through our phone number and our email and some responses through our website from Nashville, Atlanta, Dallas,
Wonderful.
some suburbs around Dallas, and let's see, there was one other city, but I think that was a city outside of the Clarksville, Tennessee area. A couple of ladies who are pastors. And so they're excited.
Yes.
Now, whether or not they'll be able to work out getting to us this time, they're wanting to become members at large.
Wonderful.
And that help us promote the Collaborative Women's Conference outside of the areas where we already have founding members.
Right.
Now, let's talk a little bit about the actual dates, the times, the locations.
Okay.
And you've got one of our posters there, and we're going to let you cover our guest on that Friday
Okay.
and give that time, and then our Saturday and give that time.
Okay. I don't know if you all can see this, but if you go to our website, collaborativewomensconference.com, you'll be able to see this in detail, as well as they're posted in various places around town. But on Friday night, it's going to be open to all, so men that you all can come. We'll have a drama. We wear the mask. 9 ladies, 9 stories. I think that's probably one of the most things I'm most excited about this year. With that, there's going to be 9 different stories, and each person has a story to tell. Some of the stories may be that will be relatable to you. I think we're having someone with cancer, a single mother, abuse, those types of topics. This is one of my first sermons, was the many faces of Teresa, because that was one thing that God had delivered me from. And then I'm real excited about this worship drama, Ministry with God's Story, and that's coming from the Potter's House from Smithland, Kentucky. That's an awesome church. They have
Absolutely.
an awesome youth ministry there. Anything to do with youth, I'm loving it. And then we have the word coming from Pastor Charles Dunbar. And his title of the message will be Leave Her Alone. So we're real excited to hear what he's going to tell us, Leave Her Alone. And then we have our Minister of Music, Minister George Donaldson. We have a choir, Collaborative Women's Conference choir, and we've already started rehearsing.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about that?
Yes, just for a minute.
Okay.
Then I'll let you go on to Saturday. We had our first choir rehearsal on this past Sunday.
Yes.
And we learned our first song.
Yay.
And then we'll have the next rehearsal on this coming Sunday, which will be October the 4th at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
And unless we finish earlier, we're going to be out of there by 4:30.
Where?
This is going to be at Washington Street
Washington
Baptist
Street.
Church
Okay.
on October the 4th
Okay.
at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. So people have time to leave from church and go home and take a nap, eat something, shower, change. Minister Donaldson said wear some tennis shoes.
Yeah.
Because we're going to do some vocal laps
Well, all
around
right.
those songs.
Great.
Also, the next 2 rehearsals after that will be October the 11th, which is also a Sunday at 3 o'clock, which will be at First Christian Church, which
Great.
is our host church,
Okay.
at 415 Audubon. And then we'll have our wrap-up rehearsal of the CWC choir, October the 18th, which is a Sunday at 3 p.m., also at First Christian Church, 415 Audubon, which is our host church.
Great.
And so we have again, the choir is representative of our founding membership
Yes.
of the CWC. And let me say this and then go on to that Saturday portion. We contributed financially to Merriman House Domestic Crisis Center
Yes.
last year, as well as Ladies Living Free.
Right.
There are two main purposes for us having this October or annual conference. The first one is that we want to be about changing ourselves for the better and to fulfill purpose.
Right.
Every human being, every organization ought to have purposes. Our goals are on our website, and we do encourage everyone to please be not just impressed or entertained, but to be moved and changed by our goals, our purpose for the CWC.
Right.
And this year, we will support these two organizations, and we have added the Purchase Area Sexual Assault Center
Wonderful.
that most people will remember being called the Rape Crisis Center.
Right.
And so all three organizations are going to receive an equal portion of everything received through our registration.
Right.
So all monies received because of the registration fees, which are only $10 per person.
$10.
Only $10
You cannot
per
get
person.
a whole weekend for $10.
Absolutely. And divided equally between
Yes.
these three recipients.
Yes.
There are other organizations in Paducah who help these organizations, but because they're depending upon grants and donations, that is so important
Yes.
for us to be responsible citizens and a responsible organization
Right.
to also contribute to helping them help people who are struggling.
Right.
And many of our founding members have been through
Yes.
some of the things that these ladies and their families have been through.
Right.
I tell you what, go on with the Saturday.
Okay.
And then I'll share you with what I mean about that statement I just made.
Okay. Before I do, about the choir,
Yes.
can children join the choir?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Girls aged 6 through 17
Okay.
can join that choir. And little Olivia, who is now 7, is, I hate to say charter because she started last year, but she is a member of the choir as well. And so all
Wonderful.
girls 6 to 17, all women, just come. And I'll tell you something, if you think you cannot sing,
Right.
I've got news for you. Minister Donaldson will make a bucket sound good.
Well, all right.
Come
I'm
to
signing
rehearsal.
up. Okay. Moving on to Saturday. Now, this session is for ladies only. Sorry, fellas. From 8:30 to 9:30, that will be our check-in, and we'll have a continental breakfast, and there will be lunch and door prizes also that day. So that's, again, why we cannot beat that $10 price. Some of the workshops will include Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man. That will be presented by Pastor Nathan Joyce, and he's of Heartland Worship Center, and that's located here in Paducah, Kentucky. And then we have Mind Over Matter, Fitness for Everybody. And that would be presented by Commissioner Richard Abraham, and he's a certified trainer, so I'm really interested in getting involved with that one as well. And this was my daughter's favorite last year. Etiquette, Church and Social. This is for ages 6 to 12, and Sister Tiffany Benberry, she'll present. She's from Harrison Street Baptist Church, so please, mamas, bring your young girls so that they can learn about their etiquette in church and socially. I Knew You Could will be presented by Rose Lowry, and it's ages 13 to 17. This is something that's near and dear to my heart. And so any 13-year-old to 17-year-old, I really encourage you to get them there, whether or not they're your children, maybe your neighbors, get them there so that they can be a part of this. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you that the first 100 girls ages 6 to 17 will be free.
Yes.
So we need you to get your girls here. I Knew You Could. We want them to believe in themselves. Also on Saturday, we'll have praise and worship, but the choir that we talked about, we'll be singing that day as well. Oh, bow and arrow. Pastor Libby Wade, Grace Episcopal Church, here in Paducah, Kentucky. She'll present bow and arrow. So we're real excited. You might could tell us more about the bow and arrow.
I'm not telling anybody
you're not
anything
gonna
about
tell
bow and arrow, or leave her alone. Those are surprises. We can't tell them yet.
Okay.
We can't tell them. We can't tell them. Pastor Wade is outstanding.
Okay.
And Pastor Charles Dunbar, oh my goodness, I can't wait until people hear those things. And I'll tell you something else too. Another that we want to emphasize, this is not a religious organization.
No.
This is faith-based and community-based. And so when Pastor Dunbar and Pastor Wade share what they have with us, it's going to be universal.
Yes.
It's going to be something that's going to touch the hearts of all women and their families. We also want to say that door prizes add to the fun and the excitement, and that if any businesses or private individuals would like to donate door prizes, give us a call at 270-554-2804. And if persons in the community, businesses, corporations would like to be sponsors, sponsors help to pay the expenses,
Yes.
so that we know that our registration fees can be, without a shadow of a doubt, divided equally among our recipients. If you would, keep in mind that we have a few openings for free registration for our girls aged 6 to 17. Please email me, give me your daughter or your granddaughter's name, their age, the parent's name, and a phone number.
Okay.
So I can affirm that I have received it, that they are indeed registered, and they'll have their name tags ready for them on that Friday night, October 23rd.
Okay.
And they'll continue wearing those name badges or name tags on that Saturday, October the 24th.
Okay.
If you don't have a computer, ladies and gentlemen, or if you have access to one, have someone do it for you, or just call me. That's okay. We are very informal about that, and we understand that, and that's fine. Now, I am not as young as I used to be, so if I don't get to that phone before you have to leave that message, it's only because I'm a year older. So leave a good message, and I'll get back with you. Reverend Spann, how about talking about our special project?
Oh, wow, our cookbook. This is our first cookbook that we're going to put out, and it's our scholarship project, and the recipients will be of our founding members, and we're hoping for $500. To raise $500 off the cookbook, so that we will be able to give some scholarships. But if we get more money, then there'll be more scholarships available. So please look for those in the near future. It's called the Heart of Collaboration Cookbook.
Woohoo!
The Heart of Collaboration.
Excited.
Yes, and so our members, as well as family members, have been contributing recipes, and it's going to be really nice. We have some special sayings and quotes that you just have to have, and you can give them away. If Christmas is coming up, it's Christmas gifts, birthday gifts. You can write special messages to loved ones. A dear person in my life, she gave me a cookbook some years ago, and I still have it, and it just means so much when it's personalized. And so this is the Heart of Collaboration, all women coming together. So, and it's for a good cause. It's to continue education.
Yes. Reverend Spann is our project leader for our cookbook project, which is called Scholarship Project. The Heart of Collaboration. I don't know about anybody else. I know how the founding members feel, but when we say the heart of collaboration, it sometimes it gives us goosebumps.
Yeah.
It's very, very important to us for us to stress that. Also, each scholarship will be $500, which will be awarded a special ceremony probably in the early spring. And it is our premier cookbook, our first cookbook, as you were saying, only $10 each.
$10.
Great gifts. For many people are collectors of cookbooks. I think they're going to be excited about making this part of their collection.
Right.
Also, the number of scholarships, of course, as you were saying, it depends upon how many cookbooks we can sell. And we were laughing at our last founding member meeting that we're going to sell these cookbooks until we can't sell any more cookbooks, because education is very important.
It is.
And if we can come together as founding members, as persons who attend our conferences, as community persons, and people at large, if you see the importance of education, then you will see the importance of investing $10 into a fabulous cookbook that could easily bring twice as much or more.
Yeah.
We want to reiterate the times and locations and things of the conference. October the 23rd, which is on a Friday night. Things kick off at 7 p.m. Everybody in the world can come. And then on that Saturday, things begin at 8:30 with check-in and continental breakfast. Then we'll have praise and worship. We'll have workshops. We'll have lunch and door prizes. We'll have special messages. We will have a special closing ceremony. We can't tell them about that. They'll just have to come and
you
see.
have to come to the closing.
And also for that Friday night drama,
yes, ma'am.
all of the ladies, all the 9 ladies with the 9 stories will be in masks. And each lady will have 2 to 3 minutes, and we'll pull all that together so beautifully, dramatically with music, and it will be just absolutely outstanding.
Yes.
And I'll tell you what, let's take a short break right now.
Okay.
And then we're going to come back, and we're going to talk some more about these special dates, times, locations, registration fees, all those goodies.
Okay.
So we can make sure everybody knows what we're talking about before we say goodbye.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
All right. Welcome back to Minority Focus, and this is Bernice Belt filling in for Jimmy Moore, and we're back with Reverend Teresa Spann, who is our special project leader for the Collaborative Women's Conference, and we get to promote our October 23rd and 24th conference for this year. And joining us now is Miss Gail Wagner. She is one of our founding members. She is a member of First Christian Church, who is hosting the conference this year, both on that Friday night and that Saturday. And she has with her, I'm going to let her introduce her son, but I want to introduce the young lady that's sitting to her far right. This is the young lady I was boasting about earlier during this show. This is Miss Olivia Wagner. She is our 7-year-old founding member. Hello, Olivia. And happy birthday, happy 7th birthday to Olivia. She started with us when she was only 6, and I know that she didn't understand what was going on, but there was something extra special about what was going on that apparently touched Olivia's heart, and she told us that night at that meeting that was actually hosted at your church, Ms. Wagner, that she wanted to become a founding member. Ms. Gail Wagner, can you introduce your son?
Yes, and this is her exuberant little brother, Connor.
Hello. How are you? Sister Gail, tell us a little bit about your first experiences when we were at your church and we were meeting and talking about the CWC and some of the things you felt and your experiences since.
Well, one of the things that drew me to be a part of CWC and to include Olivia is just how diverse not only the people are, but the styles of worship and expression. And for me, I always want them to see that there's not just one way, and there's not just one right way, that there are many different ways to express who you are and how you are, and that there's more than just one person that can do so. And so I wanted Olivia to see all sorts of intelligent, bright, exuberant, strong women who fearlessly and joyfully express themselves with love all around. And for me, I always want them to be around people that love them. So that, and I think a lot of moms feel that you know, if I can't be with my child, I want them to be around other loving people, so that, you know, they see that there's love all around.
And needless to say, all the founding members, when they see this show, they're going to think about how they have fallen in love with Olivia and you as well, Sister Gail, and your son. We appreciate you that you took time, Olivia, after a long day at school, becoming very brilliant. We appreciate how you were so positive and so motivated to want to be here with us today. Sister Gail, you are a busy mom. You work in the office at your church, and so many of our founding members who are not already retired, they're volunteering not only in faith-based organizations but also in community-based organizations, women and teenagers who work and volunteer and who give back to their communities in such grand ways. Reverend Teresa, why don't you reiterate our dates, our times, our locations, our fees, and those types of things?
Okay. Friday, October the 23rd. What time is the door going to open?
The doors will open at 6:15 p.m.
6:15, okay, at First Christian Church, and we'll have 2 entrances for you to come. And if you have a wheelchair, we'll be glad to accommodate as well. So Friday night, October the 23rd at First Christian Church, and then Saturday at 8:30 to 9:30 we'll have our continental breakfast. And exactly what time will we start?
We will begin at about 8:50, going into the sanctuary area where we will have praise and worship, and then we'll dismiss to go to our workshops, and then the overall group workshop, which will be presented by Commissioner Abraham for all ages.
Yes.
We'll have lunch and door prizes, and we'll have a special closing ceremony. And I'm telling you, don't ask me because I'm not going to tell you what that's about. Everybody will just have to come and see.
Yes, you have to be there. And the way that you can come, just we'd like for you to pre-register, and you can go to our website at www.collaborativeconference.com, and the cost is only $10. And please remember that the monies will go to help organizations, to the Merriman House and the
Ladies
Living Free, and there's one other one this year that we're doing.
Purchase Area Sexual Assault Center.
Yes.
All registration will be divided equally among those 3 organizations. Yes, indeed.
Yes, and that's powerful because they always need money, and whatever, anything that you can donate is great. So please make sure that you come. And then also, if there are any men or any other organizations that would like to donate any monies, we would really greatly appreciate that as well.
Absolutely.
And I believe that's about all, Friday and Saturday.
All right.
October 23rd and October 24th, be there.
Give me a call, 270-554-2804 to register your daughter 6 to 17 free, and to reserve a reservation for yourself, and then we can make arrangements to get your registration fee to us. We thank you, citizens of Paducah and surrounding areas. We thank you, the region, and all those who will have an opportunity to view this show. We thank you, Reverend Teresa Spann. We thank you, Sister Gail Wagner, son Connor, and our youngest member, Olivia. We do hope, we wish, it is our sincere desire that we will all become collaborative hearts. And so on behalf of the Collaborative Women's Conference, have a great rest of the year. Come and see us, hang out with us, and help us help other people. We'll see you the next time.